Good morning, Rick.
Hey, good morning, Joe. How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Hey, thanks for taking a few minutes to be on the call today.
Yeah, super excited to be on the call with you.
So, Joe, today we're talking, as you know, about our concierge program. And about a year ago, you and I had a dream of how we could be more responsive to those that are out searching for property and what that looks like. And then also being able to connect those that were looking for property with real estate agents that might be out in the community showing those properties. And we learned that speed to lead is really important, and the ability to connect are those that want to see property to those that are available to see property. And you've been really integral in that process. So thank you very much for that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Excited to be on the team and super excited about what we're doing here at the Rick Fuller team to really not only make it a better experience for our clients, customers, but also for our team members. Because what we found is obviously, like you said, speed to lead is so important to the consumer, especially now in an instant gratification, instant communication society that we're in. And so we really wanted to meet the needs that you had seen coming up and that the consumer just wanted.
Yeah. So, Joe, let's start off in the very beginning. We're talking about our concierge program. Some people call it ISA. But before we even get into how it's working, let's talk about what is it? How would you define our concierge program?
Yeah, so first, like you said, a lot of people identify what we call concierge as ISA. ISA stands for Inside Sales Associate. And in actuality, it's someone that is available to answer questions and to help make sure that the lead is connected with, like you said earlier, speed to lead has changed over the years. It used to be you could call someone back in 30 minutes and actually you were doing a great job. And then it got down to 15. And now what we found is people want 0 to 5 minute connection times. And so to be able to do that, we knew that we needed to have a team of people that were available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and then on Sundays from 11 to 5 to make sure that we could meet the needs that the consumers had. So what really our concierge department is, it's taking your vision, Rick, of giving people the kind of service they want to tell a friend about and making sure that we have people on our team that are here to give people that kind of service and to answer their questions. And like you said, many times agents, especially busy agents, can't pick up the phone.
Right.
And 68% of calls that are made to a real estate agent are actually not responded to. And so we decided that we wouldn't do that at the Rick Fuller team. And so our concierge is really our lead conversion strategy that we feel really meets the consumer's need. And then it also allows us to convert at a much higher rate.
So, Joe, let's talk about that. First, let's talk about the team members, those that actually work in the real estate industry. How does the concierge program benefit our buyer specialist and our listing specialist?
Well, I would say, again, as a professional in the real estate industry, if they're busy, then they're busy. And we know the first thing that starts to stop when you're busy is prospecting and really picking up the phone or marketing. And so part of our strategy at Concierge is that we are able to pick up the phone and answer the consumer's questions when our agents are not. Now, we're not agents, so our responsibility is to connect them with a real estate professional that can answer their questions in a timely manner. So we're able to really be what the consumer wants us to be, which is ready and available. And we're able to be what the agent can't be, right? Which is on the phone all the time, connecting them, whether it's connecting them to a time to show properties, connecting them to a time to actually list their home. And so we're scheduling appointments for agents when they can't be on the phone.
Well, Joe, you brought up a great point. There's this dichotomy in real estate. It's this idea that consumers want somebody that's readily available to answer their questions. They're on Zillow, they pick up the phone, they call in. They want an agent to be able to be responsive and knowledgeable. And yet when they're working with a real estate agent, they don't want a distracted agent that steps away from it. So how do we accomplish that? Well, we create a concierge team, much like that of the hotel, right? You walk into a hotel and maybe to the left or to the right, there's a concierge person, and you can go and ask them several questions about the community, restaurants, activities that are happening. It's a service that the hotel provides. And at the end of the day, the the client has a much better experience. The person that's staying in the hotel has a much better experience that way. And
Well, a
so
lot of
I
times,
totally agree with you.
yeah, what happens for our agents as well is that they're not talking to a stranger.
Yep.
So one of the things a concierge does too is we build rapport with that person so that when we're handing that off, when we've scheduled that appointment, the agent knows more about that client than if they were just calling in cold. And the client knows more about the agent and our team. One of the
Yes.
things we try and do a great job of is we try and make sure that people understand who the Rick Fuller team is, even before our agent ever talks to them. So we talk to them about how we have over 500 five-star reviews. We let them know that we work in a system where we are a team. We have listing specialists and buyer specialists,
Right.
and how that positions them uniquely in the market. What we feel gives them kind of what you say, an unfair advantage in the
Right.
market. And we try and make sure that they really understand why we do what we do as a team. And we
And
feel
so as a team member, it enables them to provide their clients the kind of experience they're excited to tell a friend about, and yet provide the consumer, buyers and sellers, someone who's readily available. And it's not just you in the department, right?
No, we currently have 3 members of our concierge department and are always looking to grow that team. The other thing that I think it does, Rick, is it lets the agent know they're not alone.
Yeah.
Right? Many times just letting them know that there's a team member that's working on their behalf, and all of a sudden an appointment pops up on their calendar that they never have even spoken to that person. So we're helping them to build. One of the things that we tried to do in the concierge is really help them to build 50% of their business.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying to help them grow and develop. And so as a real estate professional, we don't think there's anything else like that, where somebody else is helping you to build half of your company or half of your business.
I don't know of any other real estate firm in the Bay Area that's providing that type of experience. Are you aware of one, Joe? I mean, like,
No,
what we've got, I don't know.
Quite
Yeah.
a few. When we set this up, we actually decided to look who's doing it best. And for the most part, no one in the Bay Area is even playing in the game that we're currently leading at.
So, Joe, we've talked about the benefit to the team member. They can concentrate on their appointment. They can be on working with a buyer. They can be showing properties. Someone's always readily and available to pick up those calls. They're doing it and they're educated about our property, so they know what's happening. What's the benefit to the consumer, whether it be a buyer that's calling, that's interested in a property they see on Zillow, on our website, maybe that's someone who's thinking about selling their home, they've read our reviews on Yelp, or it's somebody who's interested in buying a property and they're looking through some of our properties that are for sale, or a sign, somebody who's driving by a sign. What's the benefit to that consumer?
So there's really a couple of things. Number one is many times people are looking at property well before they're even looking to buy a property, or they're even asking questions about their property maybe months, maybe even a year before they're looking to sell.
Right.
And so what we're able to do is connect with them initially, give them information, and then set them up on what we call a nurture plan. And so that allows us to build a relationship with them. Some of these people will build a relationship as many as 2 years out. And that way they have someone that they can call and connect with anytime they have a question about local real estate. And it's not pulling an agent out of the field, because our concierge is there ready to sit them and feel like they're cared for. They really feel like they're getting the kind of service, right? Like you said, at a hotel, when someone is readily accessible at that concierge desk when you need them. And so we're readily accessible when the client needs us. The other thing that's been really unique is like clients that list property with us. We've had many clients that list property with us that then go on and click on their own property, only to find out that we call every single client that looks at their property. And so the other value add is they get to see the level of service that we're giving for every single client, no matter what the property value is. We're making sure that everyone gets the same service across the board. And we found that the customer, our client, is overjoyed by the fact that there's someone to answer questions about their property, as well as someone that they can just text or email or call, and they know they're going to get a response back.
You know, Joe, one of the things that you and I talk about regularly is that not everybody's ready to buy a house today. Not everybody is ready to sell a home today. And real estate agents are generally pretty good. If you're ready today to put your home on the market, if you're ready to go shopping for homes today, they're pretty good. But they're lousy at providing value throughout the entire process. And so today, someone might be searching online 6 months, a year, even 18 months. You even mentioned 2 years. Yeah. And so the idea that we can provide them value every step of the way. You're 2 years out, no problem, no pressure. We're going to provide you value as you go through this process. We do think that if you have the right professional and you have the right guidance, it's going to be a better experience than if you just start and begin looking at properties immediately. There's a process, there's a nurturing process that real estate agents generally are pretty poor at. Let's talk about conversion, Joe, and our ability to connect with those that are calling. We did have a strategy where when those call in, some real estate agents pick up the phone. Now it all goes to our concierge. Have we seen an improvement in our ability to connect with people, our response rate, even our conversion of connecting with them and moving them from a contact to a customer to a client and then eventually into contract? Have we seen an improvement?
We've seen an incredible improvement. Number one, like we said, is it is a travesty, but many times people just don't call people back. And so we have upwards of a 90% contact rate. And so if people are calling in, 95% of the time, they're getting a person live on the phone. And so just that alone has increased our conversion rate. But the other thing that's unique for us is because we have concierge members here every day following up with our clients, statistically, it takes about 6 connections before you're ever going to actually make a contact. So 6 dials before you make a contact. And many times agents just give up too quick. And our concierge people are constantly, we'll actually connect with someone on our conversion. We'll connect with someone 50 times in 10 days. Now, it's not all calls. It's a process. It's a system that is calls, it's emails, it's text messages, it's videos going out to them via email. And so we're trying our best because what we realize is the consumer has asked us to connect with them. And so all we're really trying to do is fulfill what they've asked of us. And so with concierge, we don't give up. It's our responsibility to make sure that we make a contact. And if that contact is either ready to buy today or looking to buy in the next 24 months, we're going to capture that contact. So we have about an 80% capture rate, Rick, when we make a connection. And so 2 of those people we know are looking to buy now or this year. 6 of those people are actually what we call those nurtures. They're anywhere from 12 months, 24 months out. And then there's always going to be 2 people that no one's going to sell them. No one's going to help them. There's someone that, quite frankly, had to pick up the phone, but the reality is there was no opportunity there. And so what we're finding is that we're capturing about 80%. And then on that 80%, we're closing 20% immediately. And we have a 60% that we're nurturing for future business.
Thank you, Joe. Hey, I got one last question for you. You're in a pivotal place within our organization. Within the team, you're working with our buyer specialist. You're often working with our listing specialist. You're even working with our coaches and our administrative team. And a common question that I hear is, should I become a solo agent or should I join a real estate team? Anyone that's interested in a career in real estate or potentially joining a team, what advice would you give them?
I would say 2 things. Number one, you can never really reach your full potential alone in life, period. And so if you're going to reach your full potential, you've got to be around like-minded people that are going to draw that potential out of you. And so it's that idea that we don't just do business together, but we do life together. And so what I found on the Rick Fuller team, especially as we're growing, we have people come in all the time that are saying, okay, how do I fit? What is this going to look like? Especially if they've been an agent in the past, because they're used to doing everything on their own. But what we found is that every agent that's come over and joined the team wishes they would have joined sooner. And
That's right.
So because you're always going to do better when you're working with other people. It's kind of that idea that together everyone achieves more. And you say this all the time. We realize that it's bigger than just us.
That's right.
So when it's bigger than you, you'll actually do more. And when other people are helping you to achieve your goals and dreams, you'll go further than you could go on your own.
Joe, you've been fantastic. Thank you for all you do as our director of concierge. You really do a remarkable job. You're helping us better connect with those that want to talk to someone who's knowledgeable and educated about what's happening in the market and with our properties. And then you're providing a massive amount of opportunities for our team members to connect and build a relationship with those that might be interested in buying and selling property. Joe, thank you for all you do. I appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Rick. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.